Ladies and gentlemen, my name is BrendenPlayz, and we are back with more WWE 2k14 Universe Mode. As you can see, we are about 2 weeks away, well, after this one, 2 weeks away from the Bragging Rights pay-per-view. And if you want to check out Bragging Rights and you want to get a little bit more information about Bragging Rights, you can do so on the website, BrendenPlayz.com. And there is a page up there that is specifically tailor-made for all your news and information about Bragging Rights. I'll put that in the link to the description down below. This is the card, though, for this week's main event show. Six-man tag team match, as we just learned, there will be a six-man tag team match at Bragging Rights. Mark Henry and the Primetime Players will face CM Punk and the World Tag Team Champion, the Intercontinental Champion and World Tag Team Champions, CM Punk and Big Show Mysterio. By the way, there is a poll up on the website if you want to vote for Big Show and Rey Mysterio's tag team name. I'm going to decide the winner in the next coming days. Next episode we'll know what the name is. Big E will face Cesaro. The International Airstrike will face the Charisma Code. So Ken Gabriel and Kid work out their differences that we saw on the last episode of Universe Mode and get the victory. So we have the six-man tag team match. We are going to play that match on this week's main event. So, Big E versus Cesaro. Big E, the former US champion, gets the win over Cesaro. Airstrike and the Charisma Code. Well, the Airstrike lose. It's Tyson Kidd losing the match as Christian and Jericho get the victory. And Paige and Natalya had a match, but Natalya gets the victory over Paige. So, will we see Natalya in the title picture at Bragging Rights? I think all the signs are kind of pointing towards Natalya getting herself the title opportunity. And here comes the world's strongest man, the former Intercontinental Champion now. It is time for the six-man tag team match, and obviously we found out on the last episode of Universe Mode. If you didn't see it, make sure you do check it out. You can find it on my channel. We saw in the last episode that Paul Heyman has announced that there will be a six-man tag team match at Bragging Rights. He wants to kind of avenge Monday Night Raw for the loss that they suffered at WrestleMania. And if you don't really know, if you're new to the series, at WrestleMania, it was a six-man tag team match. It was Smackdown versus Raw. The winning team got the #1 draft pick in the draft for Universe Mode. SmackDown won that match. So Paul Heyman wants to assemble a three-man team to try and get his win back against SmackDown. And I guess that's Paul's way of counteracting Edge's idea for a legend versus legend match. And you guys have been leaving a lot of suggestions on who you would like to see be in the legend for Monday Night Raw. So keep those suggestions coming, and I'll make sure I'll have a word to Paul Heyman and give him some advice on who he should choose. So who should be the legend for Monday Night Raw? Put that in the comments section down below. And you guys have been giving me some good ideas, so it's very interesting to see what you guys actually want to see. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly happens, who Paul Heyman will pick, but I'm looking forward to it. As the world's largest athlete, the Big Show, comes out. And I always like how he had the belt like that. And over the shoulder, just badass. I always liked how The Rock holds his championships just in the hand. I always thought that was cool. I don't know, what else is there? There's some cool... Just when it's not like, when it's different, you know, it's always cool when someone finds a different and unique way to wear the belts. Unlike this, you know, just hold around the waist. It's kind of a bit boring, but actually we don't really see that many guys, you know, actually wear the belt, which is kind of ironic, isn't it? We rarely see anybody actually using the belt for what it's, I guess, quote unquote intended for. And it's not really good to keep your pants up anyway, so that belt's a bit too big. So Rey Mysterio comes out. It is six-man tag team action. We are going to play this one. We are going to play as Mark Henry. And you guys have been... I've been getting a lot of hate. Brendan, stop playing the fucking matches. Yeah, a lot of you guys want me to play the matches. A lot of you guys don't want me to play the matches. So it's hard to please you guys. So I'm just going to play the matches when I feel like it. And when there's, you know, not a big implication on the line. So I've already spoken about this millions of times. But just reiterating the point. I can't even fucking say that word, so I'm not going to try it. Yeah, so Henry rolls out of the ring. We kick this one off, and this should be a interesting match as, hang on, the Big Show comes after Mark Henry and throws him back in the ring. So we have the former World Tag Team Champions and the former Intercontinental Champion taking on the current World Tag Team Champions and the current Intercontinental Champions. So what kind of match will we see at Bragging Rights? We're not quite sure if it will be tag teamed if it will be Primetime Players and the Big Show Mysterio going at it, or will it be Mark Henry and CM Punk going at it? We don't know what the situation is with those matches, and we'll find out in coming weeks. I know Edge will probably inform us in a couple episodes' time, I hope. So it will be interesting. As look at that, CM Punk coming after Henry on the outside. Henry wanted to get himself in the match. And hang on, Punk's got the stairs. It is a DQ match, and Henry just throws Punk back into the ring. Titus O'Neil and CM Punk are the two legal men, and Punk back in the ring, and Titus O'Neil's there. Swinging neckbreaker takes down Titus O'Neil. CM Punk, winning the IC title, has put himself back on the map, and probably the biggest win in a long, long time for CM Punk. So it's good to see him doing well for himself again, and he's had a bit of success since being here on a Friday Night SmackDown, since being drafted from Monday Night Raw. So it's good to see Punk is kind of turning around his career. And Mysterio and Big Show finally won their first tag team gold against the Primetime Players at Payback as well. So a lot of title changes happened at Payback, which was epic, by the way. If you haven't seen Payback, get onto that. But it'll be interesting to see if these guys will have their respective matches against each other, because we know there's a lot of brand versus brand matches, so these guys may be involved in a brand versus brand match, especially the champions. So here comes Titus. Takes down Rey Mysterio, and you'd have to say that is going to be at the Clash of the Titus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Mysterio gets pinned. The Primetime Players get a victory over Mysterio and the Big Show. Mark Henry technically wins as well. So, big victory there by the PTP. It could put them back into the tag team title hunt. Mysterio was taken down for the count. No getting up after that. So, a good victory by the Primetime Players there. So, they put themselves back on the map, back into the title hunt. They have the rematch clause. When will we see it? We may not see it until after Bragging Rights. We may not see it until Money in the Bank, which of course will be the pay-per-view after Bragging Rights. Who knows when we'll see these two teams go at it. It could be at Bragging Rights. We'll have to wait and find out. But good victory by the PTP and Henry. So that should do themselves a world of good heading in towards the upcoming pay-per-view and upcoming Smackdown show. So now, speaking of Smackdown, it's time to move on to this week's Smackdown. As you can see, we are getting so close to Bragging Rights, and yes, it will be out before WWE 2k14 drops. I got that question earlier today. So, 6-man tag team match where Batista and the Wyatt family, they're going to team up to take on John Cena and the Usos. So, can the Usos finally get a victory teaming up with Cena? Dallas and Sin Cara will have a match. Natalya faces Naomi. 3MB will face the Awesome Riders. 3MB starting to get a couple of sneaky victories themselves, actually. Rusev with Lana will take on Bray Wyatt, and Luke Harper will join Wyatt. And this will be our match for today's show. The Undertaker versus Wade Barrett. As we know, the world title picture is up in the air. Wade Barrett has been winning constantly. It could be his time to move himself into the title picture as John Cena and the Usos win a match. Wow. And Cena, he pins Batista at the same time. This is the first time the Usos have won a match since being on SmackDown after the brand split. Well, I'm talking about this tag team brand split. Bo Dallas defeats Sin Cara. Naomi beats Natalya. So Natalya's winning little run has come to an end by the former Divas champion. So Natalya, I thought, was going to be in line for a title shot. Maybe not now. 3MB and the Awesome Riders. 3MB win again. Wow. Maybe 3MB need to be the team to take on the World Tag Champs, as it's Rusev and Bray Wyatt one-on-one. It is Rusev getting the victory with Lana. So Rusev hasn't had that many victories in recent times, so he needed that one himself personally. So a good victory there by Rusev. Alrighty, so here comes the World Heavyweight Champion. It is The Undertaker coming out to face Wade Barrett. So it's interesting to see, the situation with Wade Barrett. Is he ready? Is he good enough to insert himself into the title picture? Many say that it should be John Cena and then The Undertaker one-on-one. John Cena just beat Batista, so has that put Batista out of the title picture? Perhaps. I think Wade Barrett, though, has deserved the opportunity. So if he can beat The Undertaker here tonight, I would say that Wade Barrett deserves an opportunity for this championship at bragging rights. And I think, you know, he has flown under the radar. He's been good, though. He continues to win and win and win and win. He's proven that he can win the big matches. He had an opportunity not long ago to make it a fatal 4-way match at Payback. Was unsuccessful. That's probably been his only major loss in recent times, and that was against John Cena. So, if he can beat The Undertaker here, though, this could be the chance that Wade Barrett needs, the statement that he needs to make, the message he needs to send to get himself into the world title picture at bragging rights. So, I mean, it's hard to argue. If he beats The Undertaker here, shouldn't that automatically make him a #1 contender for the belt? I would say so. John Cena has the rematch clause, so I think Cena does deserve a rematch. So if Wade Barrett does win here, maybe triple threats on the cards, or maybe we'll see Barrett and Cena go out at 1-on-1 to determine who will be the #1 contender. We'll find out. But at the moment, Wade Barrett has to beat The Undertaker, which is not an easy thing to do, because The Undertaker, since being the world champion, you know, I think has just risen his game up. You know, he's just kind of sent a message to everyone, you know, that he is here, he's back, he's ready to go, he's better than ever. He's good enough to be at the best of the best. On Smackdown, arguably the show with the top guys on it, all the big name superstars on it, you know, all the established veterans, the established legends are pretty much on here on Smackdown. You know, you have your Cenas, your Batistas, your Undertakers, your CM Punks. You know, you got those core crop of guys that are all at the top. And, you know, you kind of feel as though if you're the world champion on SmackDown, you know, you are one of the best. You are probably the best in the WWE, you know, rivaling the WWE champion. So Undertaker, being the world heavyweight champion right now, he's proven that he still is one of, if not the best in the WWE. And there was a lot of kind of chatter that The Undertaker coming back when he did at WrestleMania to have the match, that, you know, if he lost that match, that would be the end of him. He won that match, but could he come back to SmackDown on a full-time basis and be champion? Many of us said no. I said no. He proved me wrong. He's now the world heavyweight champion. He looks better than ever, but he has a tough challenge here against Wade Barrett, who slams him back down into the mat once again. So Wade Barrett has been hot. He has been very, very hot. He lost the Intercontinental Championship, but you kind of felt as though he ran his course with the championship belt. Probably the best thing for him to lose that title. Now it frees him up to try and take on the world champion, try to get himself in that main event picture. And so far, he's been doing the job. He's been beating, you know, CM Punk. He's been beating Bray Wyatt, and, you know, being a lot of the top tiered names, those guys that are on the verge of breaking into this title picture. So he's doing everything right. He just has to beat The Undertaker or John Cena or Batista to get himself in that title picture, and that's exactly what he has the chance to do here right now. As The Undertaker hits a big time DDT, though, puts him back down, and both men back to their feet. Taker tried to take advantage of that, but Wade Barrett counters. Now Barrett is put down, face first into the mat, follows it up with an elbow to the back. So Undertaker has the momentum right now in this match, but Barrett fights back. Kick to the midsection. And what's he got planned here? No, Taker blocks it, and a suplex for his troubles. So Barrett goes back down. Undertaker can't gain any momentum, though, as it's back and forth between these two with an arm drag. And Barrett, another rake to the eye. Taker counters again. It's back and forth. No man really gaining the advantage here. And Barrett, he realizes this is such a big match for him. He knows that he has to win this match. And Taker, he wants to beat Barrett to kind of eliminate Barrett from the title picture. Undertaker doesn't want to defend his championship against more than one person. I think handling John Cena alone would be tough enough. He doesn't want Barrett to be added to the equation. Doesn't want Batista to be added to the equation. Doesn't want CM Punk to be added. Mark Henry to be added. He just wants it to be one-on-one against whoever is the chosen opponent. More than likely, at the moment, the front runner would have to be John Cena. And that's The Undertaker just wanting to put Barrett out of this equation with those big right hands. There's a Russian leg sweep, though, taking down The Undertaker. So Barrett, he is looking good, and he's now going to go turn his attentions to that announce table. Is that a good idea? Probably not, but he's going to take the risk. As Taker, he realizes he's in trouble now. Barrett has got him on the ropes. Here we go. Someone's about to go through this table. Who's it going to be? Taker counters. What's he got here? Uh-oh. Hang on a minute. He's got him up. And, oh, a tombstone pile driver through the table. That is it. Call it a day. Undertaker will beat Wade Barrett. But the problem is, he's not in the ring. The 5 count is on. Both men back into the ring now. Taker couldn't capitalize, but a tombstone through the table. Not many men are going to be able to get up from that and turn it around. But if anyone can do it, it is Wade Barrett, who continues the assault, trying to get himself back in this match with some right hands to the side of the Undertaker's skull. Now both men back to their feet. Taker being whipped into the corner, yes, and wow, with velocity and power. And kick out at one there, a possible predicament there, pinning predicament, as a side slam, side suplex. And Barrett rolls him over, perhaps trying to go for a submission. Taker doesn't want anything to do with that. And Barrett, he's looking good at the moment. He went for that table, but it didn't seem to affect him too much. Uh-oh. Undertaker's feeling it. Undertaker's feeling... Uh-oh. Are we going to see it again? He's got him up. I'll take that back. Barrett! He eats a tombstone. Surely he won't kick out of this one. 1, 2, 3... Undertaker proving to be the better out of the two, proving to the world why he is the world's heavyweight champion with a victory over Wade Barrett. Man, what a statement by the Undertaker. To Barrett's credit, though, he hung in there. He was good, but you get tombstone through a table and then tombstone in the middle of the ring. There's no chance you're coming back. Let's look at this. Bang! Right through the table, head first into that table. There's no way you're coming up from that, and there's the second one. Wade Barrett, a valiant effort, but just not quite good enough to beat Taker here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today's episode of Universe Mode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like of the video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at BrendenPlayz. Like me on Facebook, BrendenPlayz. Those links are in the description down below. Both men a sign of respect with an arm raise by Wade Barrett. Good to see. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you check the website out and check out the Bragging Rights pay-per-view page. And I'll see you all in the next video. Continue the discussion about this video and everything to do with BrendenPlayz by using the hashtag BPZ.